let me go in here, and what I'm going to do is go to map info, and what I will do is I'm going to save this to my downloaded maps. So I'm going to take this map and branch it. Now, now it's mine.
Okay.
Now it's mine. I want to go back and make changes. So I'm going to step back out, and instead of playing, like this is where you go to play stuff, I'm going to step over to my SnapMaps, which is where I'm going to create. So this is the creation tool where I can edit my profile, customize. We're including a mountain of content that lets you do reference maps that have every single object in the game, how to use them, how to play with them, pages upon pages.
Tutorials for
those. Yep, for learning how to edit, how to play.
Oh, Snap Academy.
Even puzzles. Yep.
Basic,
so this is everything. So I'm just going to jump in because I think I know a little bit about this this tool. So boom. I am now actually in the
that's
editor.
what it looks like. You have a bunch of tasks and challenges for me.
So yeah, so this is that level we just started in.
Only 2%, 1.5% demons.
Oh yeah,
disappointing.
It's really, well, the percentages, we've seen people ask about the percentages. So percentages are just to make sure that people don't make something that's just going to destroy your computer or destroy a network. It's essentially built to make sure you're not filling a room with a billion monsters and
so everybody can enjoy the experience across all platforms at any level.
Yep, and target, ensuring that things works. Like network, you could put a billion things in a room and it would blow your network out of the water. You don't want to do that. So you can see here, I'm in the editor right now, and I'm actually moving around, looking at the space.
These are your modules that you can see.
So there's a big module there. I can grab it and edit it. I can go in here and see this is that room where I said that nothing was actually in here. Like,
and I think this is the room to.
Yeah, so we can go in here and maybe one more. So there's that light bridge up there and some logic for the light bridge. There's that key card experience.
Could you make the rooms like atmospheric? Could you put in like smoke and music and make it feel like doomy?
So here's more doomy.
Here's my
more
little,
doomy than doom is what I'm saying.
There's my little incubus at the end there,
cool. I like
hanging out. So it's
he looks kind of cute and tiny. Like I want to put him in my pocket and be like, yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna take this. So
you look more like him normally.
I'm gonna take this. I just grabbed this guy's map and I'm pulling out the pieces and breaking it off.
Okay, so
look at that.
You can take the sections of the map and like turn them around, move them. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's real easy to make changes like that. Like in fact, if I wanted to just say, I didn't like that mini boss experience or waiting on a key card or any of that jazz, boom, it's gone. That's it. It's over. Now I want to add. Yeah, I let it work. Well, I can also undo it. I can there.
Oh, so you can undo. So you can. Play around and then go, actually, I changed my mind about that. I'm going to jump back and spawn that module back in.
Totally easy, right? So now I can go in here and we bring up what we're calling, this is the palette. And the palette lets us pick, and the palette is how everything works inside SnapMap. Everything's available within the palette. So if I grab, let's grab this module here. I'll grab this little guy. So I've grabbed this one. I like how this one looks. It's got a little platform on it. It's kind of dynamic. It's got a little exit over here. There's a different kind of exit. That feels pretty good.
But if you look at it and you think, I went to IKEA last week and I love shopping. I want to
make some
kind of make this feel more Swedish and more in line with my feng shui.
So someone had mentioned fog options, so let's go in here and actually change.
Atmospheric cold as hell sounds like what everything should be.
Let's go cold as hell. We'll go cold as hell, right? So now it's a super cool room, and when you step in here, it's going to feel that way. I can go in here and add some props in, which is these are props that we've placed automatically for you. That you know what I don't like about the crates.
So each prop that you've got here as well has got properties that you're looking at on the left-hand side, and those are things that you can tweak to change how it spawns in, where it is.
Correct. Yeah, and you can modify all that all you want, or just say it's a blank slate. I want to make changes to it all by myself.
Nice.
So I can go in here and basically say, this looks pretty cool. It's kind of a crazy little room. Let's find a different. I like cold as hell, but let's go with just cool. So it's just a little.
But like
cool.
me.
Yeah, I like that.
I feel like your opinion of yourself has got somewhat inflated since I last saw you.
It's kind of inflated up here. So, but if I wanted to, I can go in here and say, let's add some props. Let's make this room, really slick and make some changes. So it's very easy to modify the flow. So I've just modified how this room flows, and I could even make it where, so I've modified that flow. I'm going to be coming in from here, and let's.
We need to set you a challenge in here. That is going to be worthy of your.
Worthy of my
Yes, of your caliber.
But this really lets somebody focus on being a level designer instead of getting deep and dirty and into things that might be beyond.
Yeah, this is these environments look beautiful. They're all set up already, and you can basically get in here and just make these changes without having to have a degree in 3D editing packages, right? So I've got a classic barrel here. So I'm going to do something here where when we destroy these barrels, these barricades disappear. So I want to make sure when I come in this room. And what we can do is I'm adding a logic chain to this barrel. So it's real simple. There's only one option on barrels, which is when it's destroyed.
Okay.
I'm going to start
Only
this logic.
thing to do with the barrel in life.
Just destroy these barrels.
What else would you do, barrel? Why else are you
destroy
here?
barrels. I love destroying barrels. So I'm going to hit this barricade, and now there's some options on the barricade. Hide, show, delete. set a point of interest. You can do these things. So I'm just going to delete
cool.
it, right?
Oh, cool.
And it's really easy and fast to basically go in here and say, delete. I want to delete that barrel. Now I'm going to grab off this one and delete that one and delete that one. And I just set it up where all that happens that easily.
So when I start, say this is my first snap map, that logic string already is there for me to play with. As soon as I put the item down, I can add that string, drag it over there.
Correct. Like all this stuff is just baked in. Like everything
Nice.
here is contextualized. So if you put something down, anything that we have in the game, it has properties and it has logic attached to it. All these various objects have their own kind of logic. So getting in here, you want to set something like this up. It's really simple to do. So what I can do is set it up where when these barrels blow up, you said you wanted a challenge.
Yeah, so I
You want a
think
challenge? Okay,
you've come into
so-
this room, you've blown up the barrels, their
Yeah.
natural fate in the world, which has then deleted
Okay.
the barricades based off the string you've put in.
Yep.
I think you need a boss fight.
All right.
But I
well,
think we want a
boss
boss fight that is tasty.
a tasty.
Tasty.
A
What
tasty.
does tasty mean?
Define tasty. Well, let's go down here and figure. Let's find a
Look
monster.
at
to
all
add.
these
So-
tasty options.
So we've got all these cool monsters. They animate.
Yeah, you've already
they
killed
look-
a incubus. I
Yeah,
know
so
that.
let's incubus. Let's do a revenant.
I think Revenant's a classic, but I want to
Revenants are
see how
cool.
you can make the Revenant more challenging.
So yeah, let's
More
let's
challenging.
More
let's
challenging
pop
than
Revenant
already
down.
a demon with a jetpack and rockets.
And what I'm going to do is
Okay.
I'm not going to show him initially, and
So-
then what I'm
oh,
going to do
quickly,
is
let's see this again.
I'm not going to show him initially, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank his health up. So he does a ton
Ooh.
of, he has
Whoa,
200%
whoa,
damage,
okay.
and he does 200% armor as well. So he's
Right.
extremely, he's going to hurt me a
And
lot.
you can have it so you can make him glory kill resistant.
Yeah, you can basically modify this anyway. So I'm going to set it so
for
he's.
people who are not into glory kills, they
Yeah.
can move it
I
from
would
there.
not be into a
Doesn't
glory
wanna be in
kill,
glory kills.
honestly.
It's my way of communicating.
But you should have a weapon.
Yeah, that's kind of. I think I like this. That's why I like this platform here.
Feels
So I'm gonna
weapon
basically.
ready.
I'm gonna set up an old classic Doom trap here, and being my level designer self is coming out, so my little jazz hand level designer. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add these. I'm gonna connect this piece here. Boom. Now I've reconnected. Oops. I actually have to add a little space there.
So
Let's
if you connect
add,
it, will the game automatically populate a door in for you to walk
It
through?
can. Yeah. It can set up doorways. It automatically sets all that up. So I've put a little coupler in there.
But it shows you where you could connect.
Yep.
It snaps together
Yep.
like
So
Lego pieces.
there's a straight shot right there. And from a gameplay perspective, what I'd like to do is make a change to this where I want the player to actually fight this Revenant. I want to pick up the weapon and fight it, so I'm going to lock this door. And I'm going
Ooh.
to change this door to a different kind of door, make it look like an industrial
I
door, which
feel
is pretty cool.
four-way is
Four
a
ways,
strong door.
Good door. I like
I
that.
mean, I've never really thought about doors in Doom before, but now I think about it, I
Four
feel
ways.
like...
you want
Yep.
choices, right?
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So now I'm going to pick a weapon. Let's go in here.
Whoa,
and
whoa,
let's
whoa.
there's a bunch of weapons here.
Yep.
Let's
I feel like...
let's throw on the gas cannon.
But don't make it too easy for yourself.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, you know what? You don't want it to be too easy? Let's do this. Let me throw down a... How about... Let's do the old... I'm going to have a super shotgun
So this
already.
is cool because you can
Heavy
see how
assault
easy
rifle.
it is to place guns in your map, like we saw in that very first map all that time ago.
Right.
Super easy. Yeah, you can basically... I'll do a burst rifle. That's actually a weapon
good.
that's pretty straightforward. Go in here. There's no properties on it that I really want to modify, but what I'm going to do is make it where when I pick this up, so on picked up, we're going to make this guy show up.
Oh,
Real
okay.
simple. So boom, he shows. So now I go in this room, I blow up these barricades, and then when I pick up this gun, that door is locked over there. So I have to come around here and pick up this gun, and it's this easy. I've just made changes to it. I'm going to hit play and go,
That's it.
and that's this.
Wait, it's that fast. You
It's
can
that
just
fast.
get
I
I'm
just made
suspicious.
changes to- here it is. So it's the same level we saw before. I'll kind of play quickly through the areas.
So you instantly play your creation.
So I'm in already. Yep, I'm back in that same space that the original author had created. I'll step through in here and pop these guys.
these?
So these guys will spawn in a different location, which I taled a little bit about. You
And
saw.
that's what the conductor did.
Correct. Yeah. And what you saw was there were no other monsters in this level except for the big Micubus at the end, right?
Yeah.
So these are all being auto-populated by the conductor, which means you can set it up where low-level monsters, higher-level monsters, mid-level monsters all spawn in and do tons of damage to you, or they do wave battles
Oh,
or
it's-
big events.
So you could set it up so like room 1 is this tier monster.
Correct,
And then
yeah.
this one in the next room, so each room, each module.
Oh, we're at the-
Oh, we're
we're-
here, we're
okay,
here,
so
we're
wait,
ready,
so
we're
it's
ready.
weird. So
You
like,
just built this, and now we're playing.
we're in here. The room's gotten cold as I step into it. So
It
let's do this.
feels cold. It
Yeah.
isn't cold as hell anymore.
Boom.
Look at that.
Bring that up.
Nice
And they
chain
disappear.
reaction. They
Yep.
disappear
Nice.
like
It's
you
all
built,
good
like
to
you
go.
intended.
If I jump up here, I can see I
Like
can't
every
get to
barrel
this
wants to
door.
do.
Oh,
Okay.
it's locked on me. It just threw probably a little
How are
message
you
on
gonna
me.
get out?
Oh, here's some guys that are spawning in. They're spawning in through the conductor. And let's do this. Let's go pick up this burst rifle.
And here he is
Oh,
with
here's-
160% health.
Mean
No,
Revenant.
200%.
200%, is that where you put it?
200% damage. And he's oh, here he comes. He's mad at me.
You're. I'm glad I made you pick the burst rifle. This felt like the right thing to do.
And you know what? I forgot to make it. What I wanted to do was make it where when I killed this guy, it would open the door, and I didn't do that. So I'd have to make that change.
But
now,
you can go back out and
it's so
I can
easy.
go back out and
Yeah.
make that change. So I already know that that's a problem. So I'm just going to bail out and make that change because I wasn't about to die there.
This
or anything.
isn't.
I hadn't run out of
No.
ammo
You
or
were fine.
anything.
You had this.
No
you had
worries
this.
at all. So if I set this up, we're on killed. It goes over here and unlocks the door.
So could you have from like, if you're making something quite complicated, you could have more than one string branch off. So like you did with those barrels, you had it so when I shot it, this door disappeared, but you tied that string to 4 different barrels. So it was like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
all right, so each one in the chain reaction triggered a different barrier to come down.
Yeah, and you can
Very
definitely.
cool.
It's real easy to just place stuff and have fun. You can put barrels down, put demons down, and just have fun by doing that alone. Like put down a module, place a bunch of cool looking stuff, make a little bit of logic, and make it fun to connect in and have things happen. Or
I mean, we see some of the
it gets
strings
a
of
little bit more
logic there, right?
complex. Like
Yeah, you can
this
see them.
room here has a big trigger that spawns this demon in, and from there when he dies, it actually ends the sequence. So pretty straightforward. So let's say everything's great. I set this map up. Now I want to actually publish the map.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm saying I'm proud of this map. I made my
I'm done.
change.
I mean, I'm not sure what I did there, but I'm okay.
I'm gonna push on it. So this, for those who are familiar with the old Doom Wadoff.txt, it's kind of got a special place in my heart. This is kind of the old way you define how your map is set up. These are high-level tags that when you publish a new map, you say, it's a single-player map. I'm going to set it up where it's cooperative. It's got competitive stuff going on there because it's got a leaderboard. And if you had teams or demon players involved or deathmatch,
And that's what you referred to before, where you could have it so people spawn into the map as a demon. I could
correct.
start as a
Yeah.
revenant rather than starting as a marine.
Yeah, I want to start as and be a demon player against regular players or all demon players. There's maps like that as well.
All demons, huh?
Oh, you can do that. So that's set up
That's
on this
pretty
page
cool.
here, which is a good segue to this. So this is the page where you set up each one of the players. So if I step in here, I can just turn off these other two,
Oh, cool.
or I can go in here and say, you know what? Let's make them a different team. So you can have up to 4 teams, which is unique to SnapMap. Or I can just change their status. Now that's a demon, and that's a demon. So anytime those players join those slots, they'll actually be
So you
demons.
can have 4 players playing for an individual goal, but sort of against each other, with some of them being demons. You could really just
You can do some
mix and
amazing
match
stuff.
in so many different ways.
Yeah, we've seen some really crazy stuff show up, and then I'm stepping onto the tags page. This is how, like, let's say I've made the Tom's coolest page. Like, I'm gonna make a tag here
that's a
called
catchy name.
Co-op. How about that? Co-op. I made a co-op map. So if I go in here and look, there's a co-op tag already. Good. So I can
cool.
add that. So this makes it real easy for you to add tags to maps to find new maps. So if somebody creates a new game mode, let's say I called this game mode Super Awesome. Let's just call it
Uber
that.
awesome.
Uber Awesome. Oops, I typed it wrong. Either way,
It's the
I'll
hype.
just say-
The hype
I'll
is
just
real.
say- Hold that for a second. I'm going to type in. Let's type in donuts. How about that?
This is a great
So
way that
boom.
you can help people find your content to play it, then get you those votes up, that get you into the playlist that we automatically curate with your special algorithm you have.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you've got some community events planned further down the
absolutely.
line around certain hashtags and challenges. And
Yeah, I think we've got lots of plans to do a lot of community activity around launch, post-launch, SnapMap jams. People get together in different countries and play these challenges.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Challenges we can set that people can play online, potentially win prizes.
Yeah, that's and with that, we're going to be featuring content that people create. As you can see with the featured maps, even in this build we're showing off here, a lot of that content was created just out of QA, and out of playtests, and out of snap jams that we had internally. Stuff we didn't anticipate, like the basket boom map just came out absolutely.
Yeah,
nowhere.
so you could do
wow,
like
that's amazing.
the